Call the Commissioners' meeting to order. It's Tuesday, January 17th. The time is 9:04. Let's open the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Ed, could you call the roll, please?
Mr. Henry.
Here.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Present.
Okay, we have a public hearing on amendments to the county traffic ordinance.
Yes, I gave Denise the publication notice. We published it in the paper for a public hearing today on these intersections that's on the agenda. Reducing some speed limits and also an all-way stop sign at 800 West and Division Road in Mount Pleasant Township.
Okay, I'll just read through these real quick. Always stop sign at County Road 800 West and Division Road in Mount Pleasant Township. Second one's 40 mile per hour speed limit on County Road 800 West from Jackson Street to River Valley Road in Mount Pleasant Township. 40 miles per hour speed limit on Nixon Road from Bell Creek Road to County Road 550 West in Mount Pleasant Township. 40 miles per hour speed limit on County Road 563 East from State Road 32 to County Road 100 North in Liberty Township. 40 mile per hour speed limit on County Road 200 North from County Road 650 East to Randolph County Line in Liberty Township. 30 mile per hour speed limit on County Road 500 East from 350 North to Orr Road in Liberty Township. 40 mile per hour speed limit on Orr Road from County Road 500 North to County Road 525 East in Liberty Township. And 40 mile per hour speed limit on Orr Road from County Road 425 East to the Randolph County Line in Liberty Township. Is there anyone here to speak in reference to these amendments? Angie, do you have anything to?
I don't know if you had a chance to review all the studies that Paula prepared for you. Most of these were based on receiving phone calls asking for speed limit signs to be posted, and then we find out there's not an existing ordinance. So 800 West and Division Road has been really problematic, so we're looking forward to getting that all-way stop put up. So.
These 40s, did they used to be 50s, most of them? Or
Most of them didn't have any speed
didn't
limits.
have any, and the speed limit was...
Yeah, so she did traffic studies, and a lot of these are clocking in at 70 and higher.
Yeah. We do know when they get paved nicely, the speed goes up.
That is one complaint after paving.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate all your studying.
Yeah, thank you for doing all that work. Is there anybody else? Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So move.
I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Henry.
Yes.
Mr. Reagan.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go on to appointments. Delaware County Board of Aviation, Dr. Kurt Alexander.
Yes, that wasn't on the original list, but in talking to the Airport Authority, Kurt's term expired at the end of 2022, so this would be for another 4-year term. This is a board that has to be politically balanced.
I'll move that we appoint Dr. Alexander.
I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
All right, we have one other. I was contacted, Dan White, president of the Fair Board. Cora Knantzer was a voting member. She is going to med school, I think beginning in August. So she wants to move down to a community volunteer, and they would like to have Jessica Masters appointed back to that board.
I'll second that. Our motion.
You want to make the motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Okay. Next, we'll go to the approval of the minutes, the January 3rd, 2023 Commissioner meeting, the December 28th, 2022 Executive Session minutes, and the December 29th, 2022 Executive Session minutes.
So move.
I have a motion to approve. I'll second. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. All right, next is presentation of the American Rescue Plan applications, recommendations from the Convention and Visitors Bureau.
There were 3 applications that were provided, and the Visitors Bureau approved 2 of those. One for Meg's Country Celebrations, Megan Alexander, and the other one for Delaware County Football Club. Greg Posey is the contact, both for $49,000. I've looked at the applications. They're in order. Megan Alexander's is a for-profit business, but it's clearly she demonstrated harm from COVID. American Football is a not-for-profit, and they suffered problems from COVID as well. The third one was Muncie Arts Culture, which didn't qualify because they received money from the city for COVID, and commissioners made a point early on that they weren't going to allow businesses and entities to double up. If they got city money, and they weren't eligible for the county, and the city also made the same pledge. So there's 2 of those for $49,000 for consideration.
I went through them all. I'm okay with it. Sherry, what's your?
Yes, I agree. The 2 that stand out were the football and the Meg's celebration. I'll move that we honor these.
Okay, we have a motion to approve those. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes, thank you. Going to contracts and agreements for approval, extension services, contract with Purdue.
This is the annual contract for extension services that the county has with Purdue for extension services. I've reviewed it. It's the same contract we've done for the last many years, probably 30, 40 years, for extension services.
I have moved that we approve.
We have approval of the Purdue agreement, or a motion to approve. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Next, there's a deed for Center Township. This is a piece of property that the Center Township trustee has requested, which is adjacent to her property on East Main Street. The commissioners are the owners of it. She has plans to help expand their services and their offerings at the Township Trustee's office. And since she's a governmental entity, this can be transferred for no cost.
This is a property the Center Township trustee had contacted me about it. Like John says, adjacent to their
Yeah.
office there. They take care of it now.
Yeah. I move we adopt.
We have a motion to approve this quitclaim deed. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
I'll prepare the sales disclosure form and we'll get this over for recording.
Thank you. Next is the grant agreement hazard mitigation plan. I believe Deputy Director Corey Kissick is going to present this.
Good morning, Commissioners. Corey Kissick, Emergency Management. Today we're going to request a grant fund to be set up. Multiple counties across the state of Indiana got a grant awarded to them from the Department of Homeland Security. Delaware County got awarded $20,304, and there's a match portion of $6,769, which we're going to cover in our office, and Ball Brothers is going to help cover the other portion of that. This is a plan that has to be updated so often in order for us to get disaster funds, like flood insurance, stuff like that. You guys have any questions about it? I think the last process Shannon was involved in.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your pleasure, Ms. Regan?
Well, and I think you are requesting we suspend the rules too.
Right.
get this so you can deposit it.
It's all down, yeah. In the,
I move that we accept and suspend the rules to adopt.
So we have a, let's,
that later on.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
let's do the motion to approve
The
the,
motion to approve.
yes, and I'll second it.
And Corey, once I get the fund number and Becky gets that established, I'll send you a copy.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Mr. Brooks also has the award letter and all that,
Yeah,
all
I
that
do too.
information.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Kissing.
Thank you.
I move to suspend.
Let's do that on the ordinances.
Oh, on
if
the
you don't
ordinance,
mind, yeah.
okay, yeah.
Next is gift of vehicle, Westell Schools. Sheriff,
Sorry, we've got the sheriff filling in for Jeff Stanley.
I know, right? Jeff couldn't be here today, Chief Deputy Stanley, so you're stuck with me. Tony Skinner, Delaware County Sheriff. For the past several years, West Del School Corporation has utilized one of our reserve deputies as a school resource officer. And about 3 or 3.5 years ago, they approached us about having a vehicle assigned to that SRO. So they bought a Chevy Silverado, 2018 Chevy Silverado, and assigned it to that reserve deputy. The vehicle was fully marked in sheriff markings with red and blue lights. Because of that, the county had to own that vehicle. The school couldn't own a sheriff vehicle, a sheriff marked vehicle. Here recently, that reserve deputy has retired, and the sheriff's office has no more relationship with that vehicle. The vehicle was paid for by Westdale, the maintenance was paid for, the gasoline was paid for, the insurance, everything. So because of the reserve deputy is no longer with us, we'd like to sign the title back over and give the vehicle back to Westdale Community School. So that's why we're here.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
They, schools love having a fully marked police officer in their schools, but they wanted a marked vehicle in the lot, which makes perfect sense. It's a deterrent for those, wishing to do ill. So that was the purpose of it, to have a marked vehicle in the lot.
What's your pleasure, Ms. Reagan?
I move that we honor their request.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the agreement. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
There is a resolution that goes with this, that's on the resolutions for approval.
Okay.
Could you amend the motion so that you would approve the resolution, which would, in essence, grant the gift, the same thing?
Oh, down here at the resolution.
Yep.
It's resolution number 2023-001.
So just amend the motion that you approve the resolution.
Amend it.
So Sherry made
So
the
move.
motion to amend. I'll second it.
Okay?
Do we need to recall roll?
No, you just amended the motion that
All right.
approves the resolution.
Very good.
Okay, thank you. I'll hang around afterwards, and
Yeah, we'll
I
get
don't know if you actually have the title, but we'll take care of getting
They're
it back to the
yeah,
school.
we'll look it up.
Okay.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, next is the ordinance for establishing a fund grant to revise the hazard mitigation plan. This is the plan that Deputy Director Kissick just spoke about. What's your pleasure, Ms. Reagan?
No, I dispense, or afterward.
We need a motion to introduce.
First reading.
Yes.
Make a motion to enter first reading.
All right, we have a motion to introduce first reading. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Now I'll suspend the motion.
Okay, we have a motion to suspend the rules. I will second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
And motion to adopt.
I have a motion to adopt the ordinance. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Thank you. Next is the ordinance to amend the Delaware County Traffic Code. This is what we had the public hearing about.
Motion to first reading.
So we have a motion to introduce ordinance number 2023-003. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
And Mr. Henry.
Yes. Very good. Okay, we'll move on down to department heads and elected officials.
There's one matter that I've been discussing with the auditor, Mr. Carroll. The county entered into a contract with OpenGov in 2021, I think it was, to help with American Rescue Plan reporting and some financial matters. There were issues that the previous auditor had. Mr. Carroll and I have met via Zoom with the OpenGov people 2 or 3 times, and they've revised and updated their contract for renewal for 2023 and 2024. Excuse me, I knew that was coming. The cost for 2023 is $39,000, and the cost for 2024 is $59,000. This would be for the software packet that the auditor needs to make the reports to the Department of Treasury. And so Mr. Carroll has been a big advocate for this software package and would like to get it signed and get it going. It's the same contract, it's just renewal for 2-year period.
I move we adopt.
All right, we have a motion to approve the extension for the next 2 years for the contract for Mr. Carroll. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. What was the name of that company again, John?
OpenGov.
OpenGov. Okay, thank you. We also have, I've been working with Mr. Foster. Mr. Foster, do you mind taking the podium? Mr. Foster's been working on the air exchange system here in this building. Everybody knows we have some issues with it, and we're trying to get some work done to the system. Mr. Foster and I have talked. I would like to use some of the ARP money to allow for the updates to this system. I would like to give Mr. Foster a budget of $75,000 for the upgrades. What do you have?
Yes, this has been needing, but John, with it over this amount, should we do an ARP on it, or a request for proposal, RFP?
No, you're conducting this. It doesn't have to be publicly bid, but he would have to get some quotes for the service work, because it's over $25,000.
Okay.
But since this is dealing with the air handling and air quality system, and that's a big part of the COVID mitigation, it would fit within the American Rescue Plan funds for the building maintenance that you previously approved. I think it's Project 12 or 13.
So do you think you could get quotes then to?
Yeah, I mean, what I can do is, like I was talking to Shannon and Sherry, I mean, we got a vent back here that's gonna be about 10 grand to replace it, so, I mean, it's not gonna be, John, it's not gonna be 75 grand. Do we need to, if I keep it under 25 grand, do I need to get bids? Cause this'll just be,
He's going to have to piecemeal
Yeah.
this, I guess.
what I've got is like, there's 14, all this air handlers and stuff is ran by VAV boxes and controls and everything, and they're just old. I have Sawyer and Taylor coming in and doing voter registration. They could be anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 to do each one, depending on what's wrong with it. Could be a little bit more than that. I mean, I'm gonna have the chillers up on the top serviced and cleaned and everything this summer, because I don't think they've been done properly. So, I mean, the prices will just vary. So, I mean, I guess.
And again, it's not gonna be a complete package.
Yeah, and my
You're gonna have
big,
more than one vendor do this, or
I would prefer to use one vendor. I mean,
if you're gonna have one vendor do this, I mean, I know it's several different pieces, but you're gonna have one vendor do it, then you'll need to get quotes.
Okay.
Because it is really one package.
Yeah.
It's several different areas, but it's still
Right.
one package.
Okay.
so if he does something maybe not to exceed, or you want it, that's the problem we're having, is we don't know if one thing could be more, once we get into it, could be less.
Well, you have the vendors come in and take a look at it and see what they estimate it to be.
Okay, I can do that. All righty.
And you're okay with that, correct, Sherry?
Yes. You want motion?
We need a motion for that?
No, actually, you don't, because you already have a
It's already
project
part of the
under.
plan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, anybody else? All right, we'll go to the payment of claims of $2,010,721.56, and the payment of ARP claims, $123,787.51.
So move.
We have a motion to pay the claims. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Okay, Denise, I don't believe we had anyone sign up, correct?
Nope.
Okay. John, is there any comments on line, can you tell?
Other than thanking you for your service, no.
Okay. All right, with that, I'll entertain a motion to recess.
Motion, so move.
I'll second. Roll call, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes,
Thank
in
you.
recess.